you can't ask the person that wrote the song because we don't know who wrote it. It was not written in English anyway. You sometimes have heard it called, you can't ask the person that wrote the song because all you people didn't write it. And so we don't really know what the plot was, except as I read this and I think about it, I think the songwriter must have thought about how God works with human nature. God usually doesn't work with nature. He works with human nature. God looks for a heart. The person wants to do the will of God, and He works through them. Ever remember that God put the newspaper needed a good art builder? He knew how to handle lumber. God usually down and said, "No, there's no." I have no idea if Noah knew how to handle a hammer or not until that time, but Noah was not picked because he was a carpenter. He's picked because he was a righteous man. And God used one man to say what there was of the world. Interesting, isn't it? And then time went along, and there were a lot of different families that God went around, and He saw this man, Abraham, who had a heart that was really a righteous heart. And God said, "Abraham, leave your homeland. I'm going to use you to make a great nation, bring about the Savior." God was using faithful people in particular moments to do His will. And then hopefully from them would radiate out the message so that everyone would receive the blessing that God had for them. Well, the Israelites were in bondage. Time went on. Naked bricks, being beaten, crying out, "Oh, dear Lord, we're supposed to have mercy." That went on for maybe 100 years. Then a shepherd out there, 80 years old. Well, the Israelites wandered around this land. And the bush said, "Being beaten, crying out, 'Oh, dear Lord, we're supposed to have mercy." That went on for maybe 100 years. Well, it didn't hurt him that the bush was burning. That made him more impressive, didn't it? He didn't consume the bush. He took off his shoes. God said, "I'm choosing you to be delivered." He had all kinds of excuses. He was too old. He didn't know how to do it. Everything else he could think of. But God used the one man to deliver His 2 million people who were in slavery. God has used faithful people at different junctures to do His will. And then there was that Zechariah, old man, in the temple, getting things ready for the daily sacrifices and all. And an angel said, "Zacharias, your prayer has been heard. You're going to have a child. His name is going to be John." "I am an old man, and my wife is extremely old. There's no way." That's the way. God. And so, in order for you to really understand the truth of this, you must speak another word for the next 9 months. But God used an old couple to bring about the one He needed, called John the Baptist, to turn all the hearts to God and families to each other, so that the Messiah could come. Oh, and there was a girl, probably a teenage girl, to bring about the one He needed. Thinking more about her marriage and maybe a lot of other things, and they just said, "Marry each other." God looks at you and you're highly favored. You're going to produce the baby that will be the Messiah. How could that be? Thinking more about how He explained the Holy Spirit's production of this child. You see, God has moved through the ages with the faithful. He starts there, and then it radiates out. The whole thought of this morning is that God would like to have your heart so open that He might be able to work in your heart for the good of a family, a community, a nation, or a world. Did you know that's possible? Oh, come, faithful. So when Jesus was born, how did God do it? Did He send a message up down the street of Bethlehem with a billboard? "The Savior's born. He's down there at the stable by the inn." He went to the who? Shepherds. Did He send a message up down the street of Bethlehem? You realize, shepherds, that in this town is born Jesus Christ? And angels sang all about it, and got all done, and God probably said, "We need to go look." They believed it. They went in there and knelt down before the baby child in the manger. They didn't have any gifts to give Him or anything, but they just, from their heart, came to worship Him. The wise men from a long distance away believed in the message that they knew about a star and the Messiah. The Savior didn't all figured out, but they knew and believed it so much that they traveled hundreds of miles. And by the time they got to Jesus was approaching 2 years old. Long time to get there. But they were faithful. Actually, the story we're talking about today, Jesus first starts back in the Malachi. So that will be a long time. But in the book of Malachi, things were going pretty bad, as they usually did among the Jews. But there's always a people, there's always a group of people who want to do right. You know what? Eventually, right will win. It doesn't look like it. It looks like wickedness triumphs and evil continues and lies and wickedness and all that kind of thing just keep on increasing. But eventually, one way or another, righteousness will triumph. He killed Jesus on the cross and raised it from the dead. It looks like wickedness. Well, it tells us in Malachi chapter 3 that there were a lot of things that were going on that God was displeased with. He said when you look around here, you understand that just so many people are saying things that are displeasing to him. They have in chapter 3 robbed God. In verse 8 he said. They have mourned, they said, what profit? In verse 14 it said, we serve God. They call the crowd happy. And wickedness, people like that, they're set up. And that's what they were thinking, you know, wickedness will triumph. And there'll never be a Messiah. There'll never be anything better. It's always going to be bad. Are you pessimistic like that? Do you ever believe that God is going to lose and God's going to win? Well, I don't. Maybe temporarily, maybe 200 years there's slavery. Maybe there's 400 years between here and Jesus' birth. There might be a time, but light is going to triumph eventually. And here's what it says in verse 16. Do you ever believe that there were those that feared the Lord? They spake often one to another. They had a little meeting that said, you know, we love God, but nobody else seems to much. We wish people would come back to God. We wish our leaders would be more godly. We wish that our people, or our neighbors were more godly. We wish everything were better. The Lord heard it. A book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord and that thought upon his name. They shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts, in the day when I make up my jewels. I'll spare them as a man spares his own son that serveth him. And you'll return and you'll see a difference between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serves God and him that does not. They shall be mine, saith the Lord. He will sit around and lay up prayer meetings. Oh, when's the Messiah going to come? When's that deliverer going to come? When are we going to get back to God? Our leaders oftentimes write all of this. There are people that oppress us. The wicked are without any mercy. Everything just seems to be so horrible and terrible. When is it ever going to be better? And they passed away and others took their place. So there was a continuing group of people who believed in God and God's elected army. And someday you'll see a difference. It's going to take 400 years. Part of that is God works his schedule, and we do not work his schedule. But you know, there's always the same thing. When Russia was heavily communistic, there was one group that they couldn't touch. And those were grandmas. You know, the little grandmas and tears of God. They're not making any difference, but the grandmas like Russia actually kept the faith alive in those days of communism. It would only last actually so many years, lasted several years. That wasn't very long really compared to anything else in history. But you know, the grandmas, they still remember the faith, and they still talk about their faith, and in spite of all that the government did and all the schools did, they couldn't kill Christianity. And it was true every place else you read about. It was underground. There was worship in Rome, someplace. And when Constantine came to the throne, he wondered in Rome, 300. Is there anything that was Christian anymore? The guy before him said, I have liberated Christianity. There are no more Christians, and I've burned all the books. Constantine got the throne, he said, is there anybody that have a copy of the Bible? And within a day or two, a half a dozen were delivered there. Hadn't conquered it at all. And out of the mess of Roman paganism came the strength of Christianity that took over and obliterated paganism, because God always has a people, and in the heart of good people, and not just things. So I want you to look at this book of Luke and see how this works out. Well, come, all you faithful. The faithful ones are involved in this, and God starts there, but it shouldn't end there. We like to sing it, says a great story, and we love Christ, but other people didn't know about it. Other people need to know the story. Other people need to know the blessing. But it has to lodge in the heart of faithful people. We like to sing it, says a great story. In the book of Luke chapter 2, we come across the legal things of Jesus' life. Jesus was 8 years old. And when he was circumcised, he gave him a name. I don't know when you were named, how soon you were named, people had all figured out or what, but at 8 days, they circumcised, and they would give whatever name it was to the boys, of course, and his name was Jesus. But that's the English part of it. Yeshua is sort of what we would say in Hebrew. And it's the same word that we have in the Old Testament of Joshua. And so they, for all intents and purposes, they just understood that Jesus was another Joshua. They had many Joshuas. The strange thing is that if you don't put an A on that word, it means to despise. And so the Jews have usually in their record talked about Jesus without the A on the end because they like to have him be despised. But they haven't stopped him, and they can't stop him. And he's conquered what they have. He's ruled the world, and they would like to be spiritually. He's done all of that, but he got his name. His mother Mary was unclean legally until she offered a sacrifice, because when you have a boy child, under the first child, you offer God a sacrifice, because legally every first child belonged to God. His mother Mary was one. Way back in the Old Testament, God said, all the first child belonged to me. So if you want to have your child, you have to have a sacrifice. Well, that could be expensive. What were you supposed to bring? Well, you could bring a sheep. Well, he didn't have a sheep. What if you're like Mary and Joseph were just dirt poor? Had nothing. Well, they said you could do this, then you could give a couple of pigeons. Bring a sheep. Probably could go catch a couple of pigeons. That matter couldn't. Pigeons. If you bought pigeons, it'd be just a few coins. But pigeons would be good enough for sheep if you were poor. And that's what Jesus was, the offer for Jesus. He was redeemed with a couple of pigeons. They were really poor. He became poor, says in verse 15, for your sake. That was the reason. Well, while they was in the temple, two faithful people interviewed Jesus as a small 40-day child and understood who he was and were so glad to see him. And if they were so, should we be glad that he came to earth. So let's see the story in Luke chapter 2. Faithful people interviewed Jesus as a small 40-day child. In verse 22. And when the days of her purification according to the law of Moses were accomplished, they brought him to Jerusalem to present him to the Lord. And it is written that every child had the sacrifice. In verse 25, behold, there was a man in Jerusalem whose name was Simeon. Or Simon, we call him that. His name was a just and devout man. He waited for the consolation of Israel, and the Holy Ghost was upon him. Now, we don't know how old he was. How old the old man? The tradition is about 130. I don't know if he was or not, for sure. That's a tradition. He was told something next to you will not die till you see the consolation of Israel. In other words, you're going to see the Messiah. You're going to see the promised one. Now, obviously, when you see him, he's not going to look much like a conqueror. He's going to look like a baby. It's going to be a long time. You're 130. You probably will never see him do his thing because you're done. But we're working on God's schedule, right? You live and you die in the hand of God. And God blesses you and God makes promises. And when God makes a promise, you believe it. You see it. But God blesses it. Here it is, walking around the temple. Being told someday, and obviously, he is kind of where the babies are. One of these babies is going to be the Messiah. He doesn't know which one. So he's always kind of available. And on this day, it's it. This is the baby. He's going to wait for him. Verse 27, he came by the Spirit of the temple, and when the Pharisees brought him the child Jesus, and knew for him at the custom of the law, he took him up in his arms and blessed the Lord. Holy Spirit said, hold on in there. This is the baby. He's finally come. And he walks in and said, ma'am, can I hold your baby? I don't know you. Old man wants to hold the baby. Well, what do you think? No, you can't hold my baby. You old man will probably drop you. Somehow Mary knows. Unusual thing that happens about Jesus. So Jesus see the Spirit of this old man praying. Jesus looking into his face. Now let us now answer the morning peace. According to thy word, for mine eyes have seen thy salvation, which you prepared before the face of all people. You did it, God. I knew you were going to. I knew you could do it, and you did it, and the promise came to pass. I just want you to understand, Christians should never lose heart. Or get discouraged and say, well, you know, because God has a different schedule. I knew you could do it, and you did it. We would like to have an instant. Put a coin in the machine, and the hot falls down. We want that. It doesn't. We bang on that machine. We want our goal. And well, that's the way we are playing. I want my answer now. Put a coin in the machine. I'm not planning on giving you the answer yet for we bang on that machine. We want our goal. When he told Eve the snake about his son was going to come and deliver them from that snake and all of that, they probably thought, well, in a couple of days we'll have that baby and we'll be back in the Garden of Eden. And you know, it took 4,000 years before Jesus was born from that promise, but he came and deliver them from that snake and all of that. There's a song that's been written. Jesus came Jesus was 4 days too late for his life. You know the story about that, right? Lazarus has been buried 4 days. Jesus, where are you? You should have been here. And Jesus was right on time. He came at the right time to deliver him from the pain of death so people would believe in him and in not even in God. Jesus, where are you? To see it. Should have been here. Lord, I've seen. You told me and it's been coming to pass. Now may I die in peace. The Christians die in peace. They know where they're going. That's the good part. We don't have to be upset or piled up because we know we just said we just Here's what he says further. This baby will be a light of the Gentiles and a glory of thy people Israel. He is. Sat in darkness, didn't know how to live, didn't know anything. And Jesus came and taught the Gentiles. And has there ever been a greater person coming out of Palestine than Jesus? The greatest child ever born of these people. He is. Unbelievable. And even Jews have to come to admit that he was not a person, not a child. And Jesus brought all that out. The older than his mother Maria, and the things which were spoken. And Simeon blessed them, said, blessed be you, Mom and Dad. You've got a wonderful child, and I hope you'll be able to guide him right, and just gave a blessing on him, and both parents would be. And they looked at Mary and said, Mary was a calm. No, he doesn't have physical calm. There's nothing like that, but there's going to be something that will really happen that will really be a part of it. This child is set for the fall, Isaac and many in Israel. And for a sign which shall be spoken against you. Your child will be vilified and lied about and persecuted. And we understand what he's talking about, even killed. Yea, a sword shall pierce through your own soul also, that the thoughts of many hearts. Your child shall be revealed. There it is, sword. He's probably cursing what he's thinking. I have never heard that Mary ever was pierced with a sword. It's been almost pierced through a sword in her stomach or anything like that. Can you imagine standing at the cross? That's your boy on the cross. I have never heard you take our child in for vaccination. You take them in for you don't want to take them together, so they gotta go. I've got good for you. And it is his 5,000 times. The little boy playing Little League and he strikes out and cries. I mean, you know, parenting has those risks built up within it. But to stand there at the cross and see your son stick in his clothes and nailed to the cross and have people laugh at you and spit on him and kind of slap him and you can do nothing. And just see him kind of fade away in death. But to stand there, that would be a sword that would go through your heart. Marriage is going to be a hard thing for you. This is the child of God. God understands the the cross kept Jesus unaware. Because of the I really had a cross as we were about to get. When Jesus was very young, began his ministry, he said, I've come to give my life a ransom. He really wasn't killed on the cross in the sense that he had no power. He gave himself up to be killed on the cross. Willingly for you and me. Because, you see, every sin has to have a death connected with it to be forgiven. And he died so all sins could be forgiven. Simeon was a blessed person. Come on, you blessed Simeon. I've been telling you about this because you're so righteous. I'll give you a benefit. I need to see the baby Jesus. I suppose the next week, read the newspaper or whatever they had, and said, Simeon, long-time Christian, absolutely, Mary will be such and such. I died happy. He was a faithful person. But that's not the only one. The other one I want to read about is a woman. He was holding this baby and talking about what's going to happen. Well, he gave the baby back to his mom. And it says in 36, there was one called Hannah, a prophetess, the daughter of Phanuel, the tribe of Asher, was of a great age. She was an old baby. He was holding this baby. He waited a long time for the blessing. You see, the Christian life is not like a sprint. You run it and it's all over. It's like a long, long race. You start, you go, and uphill, and downhill, and around these bends, around these curves, and it takes, you wait a long time for most of us. The Christian life is. Well, the one reason to live up. Oh, look at this, look at that. That's not very good. I'm disappointed here, and that person did so. Okay, you can quit any way you want to and say, here's the reason. I just want you to understand it's a long race. There's a lot of problems. A lot of difficulties. And Hannah has some problems. We'll read about those in this. And she's going to blame God. And why did God let this happen to me? And I don't think God's fair. And it's not right. Not putting on God because God's not good to me. She could say all of that, but she realized the follow of God is a long path. Up and down no matter what happens. And you just stay the course. What Paul said, I kept this right. I finished my course. It was a long thing. In and out of jail, shipwrecks, you know, I had all kinds of problems with other Christian people. But I'll tell you what, I kept my faith all like I should, and I was in contemplation for me. Let's read what happened to her. Hannah. You see, she was a widow of about 4 years. That's 84 years old. She departed not from the temple, but served God with fasting and prayers night and day. Now, she just lived there in the temple. She didn't live there in the Holy of Holies. She didn't live in the holy place. They had what they had done is they built like porches to the temple. And they kept stuff stored in there. And they had some little rooms in there. And she apparently took one of those rooms and just lived there. Just moved in there. Right there in the church, like living in the place. And the last thing they had done is I guess you might say, because we would have problems. I don't know what she ate. I don't think she had a microwave. I don't think she had maybe indoor plumbing. I have no idea how the lot worked out, but it wasn't easy, it wasn't comfortable and all that, but she lived there because she wanted to be near God. She loved God rather than blaming him. Here's what she could have thought about, because it says in verse 36, she lived with a husband 7 years. But it wasn't easy. Then I got to all that, but she lived there with God. I'm pretty sad, wasn't it? She was a good woman, a godly woman, a righteous woman, marries a nice guy, no doubt, and they live together, and 7 years later he dies. Apparently had no children, and she's all by herself. And she said, well, that's not a good woman. That's not right. Look what God's done to me. I'm not going to serve him. That's just as bad as they could have blamed me, but she did not. He said, I don't have a place to go. And she's all by herself. I don't have any money. But there's one thing I can always do. I can always serve God. And so he talked to the high priest, and he said, well, sure, you could live in one of these rooms. No fortune. Now you remember the Palestine's temperature, more like several states. This is sitting maybe Florida. And so it would not be uncomfortable to live in one of those without a lot of heat. What did she do? She prayed a lot. She fasted and said, there's nothing I can do. There's not a thing I can do for God. Oh yes, there is. There's a flat on your back. There's something you can do for God, and that is pray. And love other people. And encourage one of people. Always do that, and she did that. I don't know that she did much of anything else, but she just prayed and prayed. And God said, that's the one that I really see faithful. I'm going to give her a benefit for being faithful. And so while he was holding the baby, give it back, as his sort of strolling in for whatever reason. Here's what happened next. She coming in that instant, gave thanks likewise to the Lord, and spake to him of all them that look for redemption in Jerusalem. When all things have been performed according to the law, they returned to Galilee, and all cities of the night. She went to and she said, this is wonderful. I see the Christ, I see the Messiah. She was glad. God said, come, faithful people. And then they read all things. I remind you of them. The shepherds didn't just go and sit there and say, well, it was nice. They told other people. The wise men tried to tell Herod, even the king, about it, and that wasn't the best thing to do. I'm sure when they got home, they told about it. The angels came from heaven to tell us that it was. The message of Christ is great, but the important thing, I think, look at the wise thing, is that God gave a special benefit to those that are looking for the message of Christ, for the birth of Christ, and they were able to explain to others the marvelous message. The message is great, as very important. And it's because they love him. There was a story that was told, and I'm sure it's one of those stories that's told all over this, that an old man had died, and he had no heirs. His son had died, wife had died, fairly wealthy, and they looked and couldn't find anything that looked like a will. So they had an auction. I don't know if they were here for money, but they had an auction. And the first thing that they auctioned off was a picture of the son. Nobody seemed to want that. I mean, he had a lot of treasures, he had a lot of stuff, and they were waiting to get the good stuff. And here was a picture of his son. Nobody cared much, but there was an old lady that had went for the nobody seemed to want that. I mean, she didn't have to help raise that son. She loved that wee boy. She did a little poultry amount of picture. And then the auctioneer said, the auction's over. What do you mean the auction is over? Said, on the back of this picture is his will. And his will was that if anybody loved my son enough to buy this picture, they would receive all the property. What do you mean the auction is over? She didn't know what she got. But she didn't do it out of trying to get it. She did it because she loved them all. And God gives us so many things. The blessings of eternal life, the blessings of life here. So many things of Father Christ, you can't explain that, but we don't do that because of those things, but we do it because we love the Son. But he's sitting there in heaven. He looked down upon the earth and said, if I don't come and redeem them, they will not be redeemed. They will never be able to come to heaven if I don't go down and die for them. But he's sitting there in heaven. And so the talks of God in heaven was that he would go and the Father would send him and he'd become a baby. And he'll have no advantages. And they experience everything that the babies experience. And he will grow and he'll get his first tooth and take his first step and he'll fall down and all that they're built us and he'll become a boy and he'll become a man and everything that possibly happens to men, boys, and people in general will happen to him. He'll understand. He'll understand what it is to be discouraged. He'll understand what it is to be hated. He'll understand what it is to die on the cross and to raise again. He'll have all of that. And then he will, in his grace, say, I offer all that I have and have done to anyone who wants to buy this for the Son or his Holy Spirit. He'll understand what it is to die on the cross. Coming to be faithful. And once they become fully they'll say, I offer all that I have. Look what there is. Look what we found in Christ and invite others to do the same. A writer wrote it, and I don't know who exactly he was and what he had in mind, but on 376 he said, I decided to follow Jesus. I don't know what it was. Was it the cross? Was it by incarnation? Was it the little baby? Was it some word that he said? I don't know exactly what prompted him. I don't know what prompted you, though, if something does. I decided to follow him. There's something unique about him, something wonderful about him. I want to follow him. Listen, I'm 376.